way, we have this traditional recipe called mutton in cabbage, I think it is, or lamb in cabbage, something like that, får-i-kål. And I must admit that I never really liked it, and I don't really know why. It might be the meat, I think, because I've never been a big fan of the flavor of industrial meat. I grew up in a hunting family, so I grew up on game, and I actually thought that I wouldn't like a cabbage dish with other things either. But then I found that I actually really like soy-in-cabbage. So I've made my own recipe for this, and I thought that I would share it with you today. I am going to make it in my crock pot, but you can also use a iron pot or something similar as well. It doesn't really matter. I just like the whole slow cooking thing. So I'm going to use my crock pot. So you can use like any instant pot or a regular pot as well. It doesn't really matter that much. I start with prepping everything. So I have 200 grams of cabbage, 1 yellow onion, 40 grams of dried soy chunks, a herb mix that I made myself, which is 1 teaspoon of tarragon, 1 teaspoon of basil, 1 teaspoon of sage, and 1 teaspoon of dried parsley. I have a bay leaf. I have some vegan butter. I'll use about 1 to 2 tablespoons of the vegan butter. And some vegetable stock. I'm not sure how much I will use of this. I have made 5 deciliters so far. I might use more or I might use less. I'll keep you posted on that during my little cookery recipe show here. And of course, salt and pepper. I'll use probably about a teaspoon of salt, and I'll use some freshly cracked pepper to taste. So I start with using the brown satay function on the crock pot, or you could heat up your pot, and when it's kind of warm enough, you add the butter and the onions as well as some salt to kind of make it a little bit soft. So the butter has melted, so I'm going to add the onions. I'm also going to add the salt. And then I'm going to let it soften up. I have added the freshly cracked pepper, and I'm going to let it simmer for a little bit longer for it to soak up the peppery flavor. What I'm going to do now is add the herbs. And then I'm going to add the cabbage. Yeah. And now I'm going to add the soy chunks, and they're still dry, but they will expand when they soak up all the liquids. So now I'm going to add the vegetable stock. Right, I actually think I need maybe this is fine. I think maybe it's fine. I'm not sure. I'm kind of making this up as I go, to be honest with you. But I think it's fine. I actually changed my mind and added an extra deciliter of stock because I think the soy chunks will suck up a lot of the liquid. And you can see that they already started doing that. So now I'm going to add the bay leaf joint into there. And then I'm going to put the lock on, and then I'm going to start the slow cook. So I actually stopped the saute function, and I'm going to put on the lid and like all the things you need to do with that. I have a migraine attack today, so my brain isn't really working that well, but at least I'm able to cook today. I have secured the lid and I have set the pressure release to sealing so that it's sealed. And then I am going to press slow cook. It's set to 4 hours and that's fine. And I'm going to start. And that means hopefully I will have dinner in about 4 hours. So the dish is now done. Oh, it's very exciting. Here it is. I actually thought there would be more cabbage than there are, but it is what it is. Loads of soy. As I said, it really expands loads. So I'm looking forward to eating this now. I'm just waiting for the potatoes to be done. Boiling potatoes. So here is the dish. Soy-in-cabbage. The only thing I think I would change was to put in less stock because there was a lot of stock. It depends on how you do it. I think if you do it on the oven, I would do the 6 deciliters of stock. But if you do it in the crock pot, maybe 4.5, 5, I guess. Maybe 4. I have now eaten, and what I'm taking away from this cooking is that next time I'll probably do it in the pot because I wasn't too happy with the soupiness of it all. It's not supposed to be soupy. And what I did like is that I put in the soy chunks without soaking them first, because that's something I've done previously. I've soaked them in water before adding them to the dish. And I think that if you add them into the pot without soaking them first, but let them soak up the stock, they will be so much more flavorsome. And with all the herbs and the salt and pepper, it'll taste so much nicer. So that's it for now, and hopefully you will subscribe to my channel. I don't really say that normally, but I'll ask you kindly to subscribe. Also, I would love for you to comment down below. Do you have a traditional dish from where you're from that you veganized, or that you have cooked that is normally not vegan but you have had vegan? I would love to hear about that. And hopefully I will see you again soon. Bye.